Hi everybody, very good morning. September 10th pre-market outlook session. We are here to discuss. See, the predictions based on the behavior analysis has been respected by the markets. These 2 days also a proof one can actually observe. Based on the trend and the levels we have discussed, which has been met by our major index like NIFTY, Sensex or any other two. For yesterday, we have maintained our range for the NIFTY as like mentioned on Monday's trade. So that's 24,700 to 24,900. It would be trying to tightly consolidating like we have discussed and mentioned in the report. Correct? If you check back on the charts, the NIFTY was trading between 100 points, 24,800 to 900. Between this level only, 100 points level only, the NIFTY traded yesterday. Which means what? More than our expectation, the tightness or the sideways momentum has shrunken further. So that is what the observation based on yesterday's behavior one can take. And more than that, today, probably it may witness the lackluster and tight ranged trade as well. And if it is so, what may be happening? So based on review that the market has not given up its positive trend it is already experiencing. And anyhow, the activity based and all not allowing the traders to make use of the index oriented or stock oriented movements for doing day trading. So that would be the concerned one for the day traders. But on the other hand, the positional traders are actually somewhat able to pick the stocks and enjoy the benefits. But the thing is, the percentage of gain or a movement a stock or index has to move is happening. That means if it is for 1% of move, we can assume for the day means the same 1% is taking to reach for the 2 or 3 days perspective. So these are the concerned thing. The movement is getting delayed and the approaching of the resistance or support levels also because of this getting delay. And based on this, the positional traders are actually achieving or getting achieved the set target or a specific points somewhat later than the predicted or assumed. So that is what happening. This is only the observation one can actually get from the recent trading sessions the markets are witnessing. For the day, it would be a flat open again by mirroring the lackluster trend, even though it is favorable with positive or a greenish oriented. The range major Asian indices along with the Europe and US regions and all have been in the thinner way. So because of this thin or slim ranges in the indexes, the Indian markets also going to reflect the same while it is getting open. But after open, the probability for making or turning into sideways for the whole day without having any higher activities on the either side, the probability also for maintaining the range of 24,800 to 900 for the initial hours we can say. So if it is trying to move above the level of 24,900, the probability also will rise for breaching the 25,000 as a psychological one, or the third, no, it is 4th September high of 24,980. That would be the core point to be watched out, whether it is decisively breaking that point or not. So in terms of resistance, that point should be noted. The chances for breaching 24,700 may be happening if the Nifty gives up the 24,800. On the lower side, one can actually keep these levels. But anyhow, 24,700 would be the important zone to decide the further trend. Until it is holding the level, no issues with the long side, those who are all looking out. And even though it is cutting below or breaking below 24,700, it should close below that level for the consecutive 2 days in a row. Then only one can see the trend change. Otherwise, the bounce back kind of activities may make the Nifty to move above the level of the same. So until then, one can keep closely watching the behavior of this particular point-based one and then decide the trading or investment oriented. On the sectors front, the euphoria shown by the automobile industry, auto-oriented stocks because of the GST reforms, which is allowing the companies to get more benefits because of the higher demand. The rise in the demand can be expected, so that they have passed all the rate cuts to the consumer and expecting the coming quarter, coming month starting till the next quarter also, the demand would be pushing, even the festive season also approaching the everyone's day-to-day life. So that would be also a reason for cheering in the auto stocks. Along with that, these IT stocks actually yesterday started giving some positive momentum, not because of any quality or news. It is just because of the short covering. So that may be continuing with a selective stock based today also. Pharmaceuticals, as we have mentioned in yesterday's trend, which also can be added, like, so the pharmaceutical industry was the highest one yesterday, performed in terms of positivity, and can be expected to continue the same for the day. But anyway, not all the pharma stocks you should actually expect. It is based on the stock selective basis. And FMCG, based on short covering, this particular sector oriented stocks also can be expected on the long side. Realty, oil and gas in the mixed way one can expect. So these are all the sectors which can be anticipated to dominate the today's market move. And on the stocks front, based on news and technical behavior, these stocks like Kotak Mahindra Bank, Sun Pharmaceuticals, ICICI Prudential Life Insurance, Bharat Electronics, HEG, and Sterling and Wilson companies are expected to provide a greater intraday opportunities compared to other stocks, so which can be used by the day traders. On the positional front, the Nifty should hold 24,400 until it is holding this level. The probability will increase for reaching 25,145, but closing above this 25,145 will allow the index to move towards 25,300 and 500 zone, which we are keep mentioning in everyday's report. For don't want to miss by the positional traders, so which would be guiding based on these ranges. One can take the investment or positional based trading decisions. On the lower side, in case if it breaks 24,400, then only we can shift our focus to building shorts, because the 24,000 can be easily achieved if the 24,400 below Nifty closes consecutively 2 days in a row. So that's it from today's pre-market space. And I will anyway, in irrespective of either side movements, whether it is having higher activities or not, keeping stop loss would be very, very important by all the transactions done by the day traders particularly. So that's it from today's session. The query fallen for the Dr. Reddy. Now, assuming we are actually, Dr. Reddy is held by the participator as this Dr. Reddy is now consulting with the positive bias. Yesterday, as the pharma index ruled the market, so which is the first stock we can expect to perform today as well. And based on the yesterday's momentum, it has given confirmation for moving towards the level of 1,310 at least. So one can keep this level if you are already holding position, and in case if you want to enter freshly, means after breaking the 1,300 level, you can enter for a fresh positional based trade for the target of 1,340 to 1,350. And on the support side, the stock, until it is having trading above the 1,275 level, so one can expect the stock would be attracting buying volume, and 1,250 followed with 1,275 also acting an important support for the stock. So nothing to worry if you are holding long positions. If it is trying to consolidate without breaking yesterday's high at least, or otherwise 1,300, it is not breaking, means you can imagine like it would be mostly consolidating between the 1,300 to 1,250 levels for the day. So in case if it does like that, means loitering between this range, means you can keep holding the position by keeping the stop loss as 1,250 from the positional perspective. So that's it for the query asked. So we can conclude today's session, wishing everyone to have a productive day. Thank you. Bye.